Alright, Otomi Fabric Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm going to come in now with this gray, which is significantly darker. And I'm going to try to reestablish... Oh, that's lovely. It's making it really pink. Reestablish some of these lines. I have this over here that I'm trying to get any of my extra pink off of. There we go. Maybe just bring it in a little darker. Yeah.
Are you going to outline the actual square?
Yeah, I probably will do that in Micron pen.
Okay.
And what I'm really doing here is trying to adjust and add in some quilting lines to help with the scale. And anything that is the lighter gray, I'm just going to kind of treat as like a crinkle in the fabric. So I'll layer this in a little bit. This is why it's best to do this gray stuff first though, because if I drag it through the pink right now, it's going to pick it up and put pink into my shadows, which is not something I'm necessarily interested in. No pink shadows, unless your shadow is for some reason pink. Yeah. Okay, that's in there somewhat. I threw away my other pencil. I could go in with a colorless blender and clean that up some if I wanted to and blend some areas together. But I think for now I'm actually going to go in with my gel pen, which is somewhere. I have a bunch of them.
You've already answered this question.
Go ahead.
For the final project, with the vignettes.
Alright, now I'm going to put in my little white stitching lines. They're not going to show up that much except for over top of my animal forms. And this would be something that if it were in a vignette, I would be like, how impactful is it to really showing the form that I go through and do all of this? And I might just do it in one area. It is pretty impactful over top of the animals though. So yeah, so if I come back in over the animal and I do this stitching line stuff, but maybe I don't go over this gray because it just doesn't show up that much, but I can use my shadows as an idea of where my stitching line would come through as kind of a guide. And I'll probably start a little bit on the side of it, like start a little bit before I go onto the fabric. That way if you're looking closely you'll be like, oh yeah, there is a stitching line through there the whole time, but you're not really looking in the voids because your eye won't be drawn to it. I really like using something like a white gel pen over marker to bring back in the highlights. And you all should have white gel pens in your kits. I have some extra ones too to borrow. through here. And I want to, as much as possible, keep any of my visible stitching line in these like curved formations. It should help a little bit. Let's see, maybe add another one there. If you're ever wondering, does it show up enough? Take a picture of it with your phone and look at that picture, or whatever you're going to use to get your pictures for submission, and then you'll know if it's showing up enough. Like, I'm looking at the screen to be like, what would actually be impactful for me to put in stitching lines? Where is it dark enough that it makes a difference? Alright, and then as my last step, I'm going to come in with my micron pen and I'm going to give myself a nice outline. I think I'm even going to grab a straight edge triangle to do it with to make my life easier. That way I don't have to hold my breath as much. And then for my own records, you don't have to do this as part of the project because you're going to be compiling them into a nice, like a nice PowerPoint that has them all together. But if I was just doing this for practice for myself, I would come in here and say, okay, this is the item A home, Piper, Otomi. It was Otomi this whole time. I didn't even read that. So I could have also probably looked this up to see what this animal was. I bet it's a deer. Oh, I'm seeing another area where I would like a few stitches now that I've outlined it nicely. So I think that's about what I would do for this one. Like I said, I would be lucky to be rendering it at this scale in a drawing. So this is probably what I would do for that.